You like drinking coffee.
I do like drinking coffee.
It's poo juice.
I think, it's not poo juice.
It's poo juice.
No, it actually tastes good. Have you tried? You don't even drink coffee.
Black Fire?
No, Black Rifle.
Oh, I thought you said Black Fire. I was like Starfire?
No, it's Black Rifle.
Black Rifle.
So yeah, they have the Durango one. The Durango one it's...
No, you got to give more reference now that we're recording.
Okay, it's... It's Rockstars. It's Rockstars. Their 300 milligram caffeine one. I'm almost
like
positive.
A pre-workout?
Yeah. Most pre-workouts now, they do tend to run at 300, which is ridiculous. Like, if you think people have you know how there's different sensitivities to caffeine?
Oh, yes.
I know coffee sensitivity opposed to energy drink sensitivity.
Yes.
Completely different. Same thing with pre-workout. If I take the same pre-workout all the time.
Yes.
Okay, I thought the mic crapped out on me. If I drink the same pre-workout all the time, I'm like, my tolerance goes up so bad. So it's like, if I really need energy to go to work, I'm like, fuck, I'm screwed.
But see, that's why I can't drink coffee hot, because it'll put me to sleep.
Yeah,
it's like hot chocolate.
That's true. I can drink warm coffee in the morning, and it's more of a ritual rather than I'm getting energy. It's like, okay,
I don't see how that helps people wake up. I'm like, but it's hot.
Yeah.
And when I'm hot, I want to go to sleep. I'm like,
which makes sense.
It's like hot chocolate, but it's whatever. We were just randomly talking about energy drinks,
Yeah.
So hey, Rockstar, sponsor us.
Yeah, I wish we could get a fucking sponsor from Rockstar. Anyways, hello. Welcome back to another episode of Project Airwaves. This is Lynn.
This is D.
This is Lynn back again. I had to take a little bit of a break. I did a little bit of a moving.
Back.
I am back. Trying to put in some work, get some podcast episodes up and running, seeing how things are changing for the better.
Yes.
Got a move in, got a new shift going, which is nice. I can actually have a life outside of my life at work.
Is that possible?
It is possible.
Holy shit.
Exactly. I actually work morning shift now rather than graveyard. So the minute I get off of work, I can run whatever errands I need to do, go to the gym, spend time with friends and family, and go home, go to sleep.
Be a fucking human.
And then go back to work.
Oh!
Not smash everything in a one freaking day, and then, okay, I have an hour to nap, and then I have to go to work for 10 hours.
I mean, technically, you didn't even get a full day. It was more like 10 to 12 hours between 2 days.
Yeah, exactly. So it's
like
it's unrealistic. So many people have left graveyard, like a good handful, like I want to say 10 officers. We started with 80 officers or 70, and now we're down to like 20, maybe if we're lucky, 20.
Yeah. So it's the skeleton crew, literally the skeleton crew, and you're not gonna get much better than that. So it's nuts. We've been dealing with a lot of. We're kind of still shut down.
Yeah,
even though it feels like people aren't taking it as seriously as far as the home self quarantine. So I got a 4-year-old. He's in school.
Are you doing the Zoom calls and everything from here?
No. They have the kids in. The parents have to wear masks. Of course, the teachers wear masks. The kids don't. I'm kind of on that. I'm on the fence because I'm old school, and where it's like, well, if he gets it, one of the other kids is gonna get it. They'll all get it, and they'll recover from it, like chickenpox thing.
Yeah, pretty much.
But then it's like, the new age me is like, well, fuck, it is still COVID.
It is, and there was somebody in Reno was one of the first people in the States. I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, that got it a new strain of it, a second strain. Yeah, so... But
see, it's one of those things that's a catch-22 because as my girlfriend works, I work. Even though, I work from home, that doesn't mean I can have a 4-year-old running around breaking shit and watching,
exactly. Like, how are you supposed to double juggle doing your calls and then you
handling him too. Yeah. So it's one of those things where, and it's almost, it's like that for any family. When we first shut down, it was like, don't go to work, don't go to school. Okay, everybody just sit still. So then it was like, okay, well, the parents can go back to work. Okay, well, what are we going to do with the kids? Mm-hmm. Schools are closed, technically. Now they want everybody to homeschool, and it's like, okay, but
I don't know. Like I have my stepbrother, his wife, I have her on Facebook, and she posted that their boys go back to school in Arizona. Yes, their boys go back to school on the 14th of September in Arizona, and between Arizona, California, and us being in the West Coast, all the counties kind of coexist. Like whatever they do, we do. And then I don't know so much about California since that's like the red set is stepchild. Exactly. It's a little mystery area. I know that if they're opening back up, maybe kids will start going to school here because the homeschooling, I can't process. If you're a parent working 9 to 5, right? You have to go to the office, and you have a 5 or 6 year old or 6 or 7, 8 or 9 year old that has to go to school.
Right.
Stay at home. Do you set the kid up and then the kid stays home by themselves all day? Exactly. No.
I was watching Philip DeFranco. Shout out to Philly D. Love you. Love your face. In one of his recent episodes, he was showing a picture. I think there were these 2 kids at McDonald's trying to use the Wi-Fi.
I just saw
Taco Bell.
It's Taco Bell.
Taco
Bell.
They're trying to use the Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
But their parents weren't there. I think their parents were at work, or no, her mom. It's a single parent. The mom had to work. She was working like 2 or 3 jobs or whatever. And so the kids were just trying to just get by. So they did the statistic, and, you know, because it happened in California, in Silicon Valley. And they're talking about the technological gap between people who obviously have a better lifestyle than people who are in lower income families. Thankfully, they started like a GoFundMe, and they're trying to help them find a new place to live, things like that. But it's one of those things where, you know, it's a weird time because when we were kids, we were talking about ditching school.
Yeah.
You know, it was like, oh, you know, I don't want to be school today. Fuck it, let's ditch.
Right.
And that was the scariest, coolest thing you could ever fucking do.
Yeah, no, now
it's just like they don't go to school. So
because,
what are they going to do?
They can't.
You know what I mean? And it feels like the Warriors.
No, it's like I know my daughter, she was trying to do online schooling. I know she's having issues where if a Zoom call drops or some shit like that, they can't physically get on to the
what
class.
Are they supposed to do?
So you miss a whole day's worth of work, like a whole day's worth of school. It sucks to say. It sucks to say. It's like if this goes on for such a long period of time, you're gonna have kids that are meant to be in 10th, 11th, and 12th grade.
Right.
Now all of a sudden they have the knowledge of a 5th grader. Right. They're supposed to be in actual 12th grade itself.
They're so far behind.
Right.
They just can't handle, you know, being outside of school. You know, being kind of like adults almost. It's like us when we don't have to go to school and we don't have to go to work. What do? You just do dumb shit sometimes, you know what I mean? And so with these kids, they don't know what to do with themselves. So some of them are still trying to be in school and still trying to be responsible. Other kids are just fucking off, and the school systems don't know if they're opening, if they're doing full-time tutoring from home, this is that. That's a different story for a different day. Sorry, we got sidetracked. Squirrel moment. Yeah. It was just one of those things where, you know, it's crazy to see how the world has changed because of COVID, because of the Rona.
It's hard not to focus, like our day-to-day is so focused on that.
Yeah.
And you're missing little points like one of the topics we were going to talk about was for how the Black Panther passed.
Oh yeah. Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah, like
you will be missed.
I wouldn't have known because I'm so seeing on the news. Like most of my information, I know it's not the best, but if I'm not Google searching it before I do an episode or we record, YouTube. YouTube is a platform. Yeah, exactly. YouTube Red is such a platform. Everything on YouTube is news based.
Chadwick Boseman.
No, not even. No. It was all COVID based.
Oh yeah.
And then in the bottom. In a little corner, Chadwick Boseman, and I was like,
"Really,
dude, that's a." And then the very next day, blew up.
Oh, okay,
so it's like, had other people not advertised that his passing had happened,
yes,
and it was such a big thing, the news would have overlapped everything with COVID.
Yeah,
it's like you're squandering serious big things, like things that are actually affecting people, and you're using just fear mongering news for. All right, this is what you need to focus on. Don't worry about the celebrity.
They're pushing the agenda.
This is what's happening. Don't worry about that.
Right, and that's what I'm curious about with the future going forward. Is how are they going to censor our information, because we already see them cracking down with YouTube and Twitch and Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, with everything.
So what? Because I know when I didn't notice when I came over that you had Markiplier playing in the back. What happened? What happened? Why did?
So I guess Markiplier got his first strike.
For what though?
It's weird. So I guess he made a try not to laugh challenge video. Like he said 3-4 years ago, he had some clip of, he said Mickey Mouse, some I don't know, some cartoon characters. Yeah. I guess it was like a little spoof. Yeah. There's some cartoon characters. They looked like they jumped out of a car and started beating up this other cartoon character. Mm-hmm. I'm assuming like branding wise,
right?
And so I guess he got a strike because he was like he had broadcast violence. It was like violence or something like that.
The games that he plays and the stuff that he does, and you tell me they're gonna blast him for.
Well, what made him mad is the video is still up on YouTube. You know, people can still go watch the video.
Right.
You could still find it. So his thing was, if you're gonna strike me, that's cool, but take the video down.
Yeah.
Because I had to take my video down because it got a strike, but this video is still up on YouTube, still flourishing.
So strip it. Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's like, if you're gonna hit one person, hit everybody. So it goes back to the same problem we always tend to run into with a lot of these very big popular, like you name it, industry. It could be movies, it could be sports, it could be anything like that. When you get so big as a business, you kind of have to start enforcing your rules, of course, to keep everybody in line. The problem is you're never gonna have enough people to enforce the rules on everybody.
No.
It's just like cops to civilians ratio.
Yeah.
There's like, I think it's like one cop to every like 5 people or whatever that statistic is.
Right.
So it's like YouTube is enforcing its rules, but not to the fullest extent because they don't have enough people. But at the same time, they're relying on the people on the platform to report the shit. And it's like, dude, this got really convoluted over a stupid fucking strike.
They're being hypocritical about what they want to pick on and what they want to do. And like you said, if it's just a thin number, like
they're
1%,
nitpicky.
they're nitpicking at
nitpicky crazy about the dumb shit. And so it's just crazy, you know, how much they're already censoring creators. Because when YouTube, you know, me and Lynn are old. I guess you should say I'm 32, but I'm old as fuck to some of these kids. Me and Lynn were around when YouTube first came out, like when YouTube first got big.
When it was first a platform.
Back in the day, when me and Lynn, viral videos, you didn't get rich from, you didn't get famous from. It was just like
YouTube held a lot of money in the beginning when there was actual money around advertisements and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah,
well, it was for the creators. That was the thing. It was like, I remember the guy, like I was just listening to a dubstep version of this. It was on Newgrounds, I think was the first time I saw it, the Boom Headshot guy.
Yeah.
And he was super, super viral for years. Still kind of is. Like, shit, he got so viral, somebody made a dubstep remix song of it. These kids nowadays won't know what it is because it doesn't get a lot of views. No. It's not made by a well-known creator. You know, the dude didn't have a TikTok or a Facebook or a Snapchat. It was just some dude made a video. It was on Newgrounds. It was on YouTube. It was on whatever.
Is Newgrounds even still?
Newgrounds is still around.
They still have that platform?
It's still around. That's where we would play games in the middle of class.
I remember that because
it was on Newgrounds. Like, that was us being fucking rebellious. That was the extent of our rebellion. Was I'm gonna go to Newgrounds, and it was actually funny because we would have LAN parties in class, having like on these fighter games and stuff. It was just hilarious. But it's just crazy how much things have changed and how much technology has changed us, or rather than we changing the technology. Because it seems like people are they feel like they have to be attached to their technology at all times.
Right.
We're the same.
I don't know how to explain it. We were talking about the whole trying to take a social media break, which is what most people are doing now on platforms. I've seen more times than not, especially like I try really hard not to be so much on my phone. Yeah. But being at work and being around things all the time, it's like, you have to keep with you, especially with how the podcast is going. It's like we have to advertise social media and be out there because it's the only way you're going to get a platform. Trying to rent out a billboard is nice, but people pay more attention to their phones rather than looking up at a billboard. You're spending more time staring at a screen than actually looking up at a fucking sign. So it gets to the point, you know, how long are you going to drag out focusing on an object in your hand opposed to actually enjoying life? Right. And it sucks right now, obviously, more than not, is that we're stuck inside. Can't really do a whole lot. Nope. You know, bars are opening. Little things are starting to critique. You know, I went to the gym yesterday and the day before, and I'm noticing like the whole color code system. They're starting to lighten up. Even with the mask system, they're slowly starting to try and trickle back.
It's like, let me backtrack. I don't want to say they're not taking it as seriously, but like Lynn said, they're starting to lighten up.
They have to.
People are still going a little psycho over the masks.
Yeah, you've still got a couple people that are doing that shit.
People are overhearing about COVID. We're sick of the fucking name. Right. Okay. It's funny. It's almost like it felt like COVID is such a depressing name that they had to start naming the hurricanes happy names. Like, who names a hurricane Laura? Like, who? That's supposed to be that's a person.
I mean, they what was the one before that? There was a hurricane before. Oh shit! I don't know, dude. They always end up running off on the East Coast. I know my mom was talking to me about the hurricanes going on over there. Like, she'll message me my brother saying, "Hey, I'm safe. Just letting you know, hurricane's happening."
Hurricane.
And in my head, I'm like, which one is it this time?
Right.
Yeah, the names.
You know, it's either Florida, Texas. You know, somewhere down in like that central East Coast area. You know, they're just getting plastered by stuff. But it's so funny. Like, you know, they used to give these hurricanes and weather systems like these very scary names ish. You know, but then like you get older and you learn, you're like, these things sound rinky dink. So it's just funny how much people's sensitivity to these trigger words, because hurricanes, boom, people freak the fuck out. They be like, oh shit, hurricane's coming, batten down the hatches, get the wood planks, you know, cover the windows, barricade everything. Right. Now they're like, oh yeah, hurricane, let me take a selfie.
It's another one. Exactly. Everybody's kind of getting numb to doing their day-to-day basic stuff. So what they're doing is they're using the environment, but they're trying to find ways to make what they're doing big. Yes. By, all right, you know, like you said, there's a hurricane. Let me get out there and take a fucking couple pictures when you should be, like you said, batting down the hatches and getting yourself prepared for COVID. Same thing. They've had, I don't know who was just recent. I want to say Logan Paul. Is Logan Paul? You know who Logan Paul and Jake Paul is, right? Yeah. Okay, one of them had a COVID party. I don't know, check me if I'm wrong. I might be wrong.
Which one's the little brother?
Jake Paul.
Jake.
Yeah.
Jake.
So Jake Paul.
Jake.
Is that what it was?
I'm pretty sure it was Jake.
Yeah.
He's usually the one fucking up.
Yeah. So they've been, people do this dumb shit where it's like, you know, there's a pandemic and they decide to have a party. Yeah. No masks, no nothing. Yeah. Walk in the house, lick each other's palms, like do whatever you need to do in order to try and spread it. And then when people get fucking sick and spread, it's like what was happening. I know in California is because these people were having these parties that the government was shutting off the power. Yeah. in certain parts of the buildings. And people are like, well, you can't do that. And it's like, well, you live in a state that's run by your government. So if they want to shut the fucking power off...
I mean, they can.
Well, that was another thing that just happened, too, is that Sisolak did the 45-day extension. Did you know about that?
No.
Okay, so for your apartment owners, a lot of people don't know that. But the whole eviction process, how they can't evict you.
Nice.
The 31st was supposed to be the last day before an apartment could evict you for not paying rent.
Yeah.
Sisolak bumped it back 45 days.
You know why?
Why?
Because we're still motherfucking unemployed. Wait, did I say that out loud?
My bad. You can't be putting out hundreds of thousands of people out in the middle of the fucking... Yeah.
You will have half of the country fucking homeless, living in the streets, and literally you cannot run a country with half of it homeless on the street.
Complexes are throwing fits and they're flexing on it, trying to like... They don't want to come and fix things if you ask for a maintenance call or for if something's breaking. It's like, dude, no, you can't do that. You have to still abide by trying to help these people. They still technically try to pay your bills.
And that's my thing. Like, these people are still getting their paychecks. You know, nothing against the people who work at these apartment complexes. Like, look, I get it. We're all fucking adults. We all pay taxes, okay? You work a 9 to 5 just like I do. But it's that dumb shit where you have to enforce something that's not fucking right.
No.
Okay, you know people are unemployed. You know if they could pay you, they fucking would.
Yes.
Come on, guys.
When I moved out of my apartment complex, there was still a portion where there was a month where we weren't able to pay for the full amount.
Right.
Like the rent was like $1,200 and we were only able to pay $8. Because there was only one source of fucking income. So we paid half of that.
Right.
And then as I just finalized that lease to move into a new spot, we are waiting to hear back from the department for, pet damage, for if they have to clean everything. The thing is that, but the thing is because I do hotel security, when I moved in, there was no security deposit.
Oh,
my head, I'm like, oh, that's fucking dope. But realistically, it's like, if there's no security deposit, they can just fucking charge
you whatever they want.
Pet fee, yeah. Pets tear up the fucking spot because, we have the 2 cats. They can pull that from the fee because that's what it's from. But if there's damages to the apartment, I have to pay out of fucking pocket.
Yeah,
and then in my head, it's like, okay, well, there's still half the balance of like $300-400 that wasn't paid for the month of May.
Right.
Do we still have to pay it?
Right.
Is it just get swept under the rug? Because I don't live there anymore. And now there's a 45-day series. Are you going to reach out to me a month and some change from now saying, hey,
next year,
you're going into collections because you didn't pay this?
Right.
So I called them and I asked them, I was like, hey, let me know if there's anything. And the lady just said, well, we don't know yet, but we'll lump everything together.
What the fuck?
So I called them yesterday, right? I have the boa constrictor.
Yeah.
So I have Nemesis. So I have Nemesis, but I never told the apartment complex. This is a story.
Oh shit.
This is miniature story time. So I have a boa constrictor by the name of Nemesis in a container that I built, and she's, I don't know if you had to eyeball it. You saw her when I took her out. How big is she?
I would say at least 6 feet.
6-7 feet.
It's fucking huge.
About as thick as a tree branch. So she's cool. Like, she's no big deal. She minds her own business, stuff like that. So you have to feed these snakes like frozen mice, frozen rats, or go buy them live ones. People tend to think it's inhumane, but it's nature. They eat.
This is what they have to eat living things.
So clean out the fridge, clean everything around the apartment, move the snake. Dee was helpful enough to help me move and get everything all situated on Friday with my brother and my dad. Got everything out. I was moving for multiple fucking days, and I was just so tapped out. I was like, dude, I'm done. And I was transitioning from working graveyards to day shift.
So that wasn't easier.
Going from 11 p.m. to 7 a.m., now working 7 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Right.
It's like my brain wasn't all there when I was unpacking and cleaning everything up. Cleaned out the fridge, did everything we were done. I called the apartment complex, like, hey, I called them yesterday. I was like, is there any fees or anything I need to know to pay? They're like, oh, we'll let you know by the end of the week. And it was just this Hispanic lady by the name of Carmen. Carmen has a really thick accent, and she's been there since I've moved in there, like, 3-4 years ago. Carmen goes, mijo, I have to ask you a question. And I go, what? Why? What's going on? She goes, excuse my language, but do you know you have a frozen dead rat inside of your freezer? No. And I go, oh no. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah. And she goes, is everything okay? And I sit there and I'm like, yes, Carmen, everything's fine. Everything's good. It's actually, she goes, did you have a snake in your house? And I didn't want to tell them. Right. So I was like, no. I said, oh, it's for a friend of mine's.
Right.
He has a boa constrictor. I bought it. They already freeze kill it. And then I was going to take it there. She goes, oh, okay. Yeah, we thought it was just like a plaything for your cats. And I sit there and I stare. Fuck? My roommate, I hear her because he's in the other fucking room playing Call of Duty, and all you hear is her sitting on the side. What the fuck? On the other side of the wall. She peeks her head out and looks while I'm talking on the phone, and I'm like, yeah, no, it's not. I'm not a serial killer freezing fucking mice and giving it to my cats so they can play with it.
Cat play.
Yeah, and she goes, yeah, we laughed a little bit, but then we were concerned. And I was like, yeah, no, we're good. No big deal. No dead bodies in the closet, I promise. She goes, oh, I hear this little dry. Oh, okay. All right. Well, Just making sure, but okay, thank you. She goes, so do you need us to keep it so you can pick it up? I was like, no. I was like, no, lady, throw that shit away.
Where are we? Yeah, where do we live?
Yeah, sorry, just throw that shit away. So she, I felt bad. I totally fucking spaced it. I was like, well,
I mean, of all the things you could have left, I mean, it
could have been anything else.
That's fair.
It was in the freezer door where the little fucking bar is.
Fair,
so I spaced it. It was for the snake. So.
Some people leave their toys. Some people leave, guns. Yeah. Then left a frozen
She thinking I'm
rat.
Fucking Jeffrey Dahmer here, trying to have rat popsicles.
What are you, like Batman, but in the sewer? He's just like,
no.
I'm hungry.
Well, was it about a week or two ago? You had your birthday, yeah? Yeah.
I had my birthday.
He had his birthday. Turned
in the city.
Yes, 32.
There was a man.
Oh, Jesus.
His name, nobody knew. On that day, that fateful day, he turned 32.
32? 32. You a grown-ass man? I mean, you were already a grown-ass man before, but...
No, that's all a fucking lie.
It was
a lie.
I mean...
When do you feel like an adult?
I don't know, man.
I think I stopped at 18.
Yeah, I feel like I didn't start feeling my actual age, which I'm very active for my age.
Yeah, physically.
Yeah, physically, I didn't start.
Age.
I didn't start feeling actual pains until I was like
still a horny 16-year-old
29.
Kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just like,
no,
hey.
it comes to the point where it's like it was another birthday. I think it was good that your birthday fell now.
Yes,
because my birthday was right when the pandemic hit.
Yeah,
my birthday was in March.
Yeah,
so it's like I had plans to go to a nice like steakhouse and go get drinks, and then COVID hits.
Sit your ass down.
COVID hits 4 days before my birthday. Like on March 18th, and my birthday was on the fucking 23rd.
I mean, it was all right. Like me, Lynn took me out for a few drinks. It was cool.
It's weird how you have to like.
Yeah. Like we're gonna get to that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not a big birthday person. Never have been. We're kind of low key about birthdays in my family. Normally, my mom cooks, a little something, and we exchange gifts or whatever. But this particular time, obviously with COVID, my parents, they're high risk, and with their jobs, it was just like it wasn't gonna work. So called Lynn. Lynn's like, "You want to go out for a drink?" I was like, kinda. And he was like, "I don't want to go to work tonight." And I was like, bros, are you sure? And he was like, yep. I was like, you're looking for an excuse not to go to work.
It was more for me than it was for you. I'm like, I'm so fed up on being on graveyards and with how shitty they're treating us. I was like, dude, I will gladly call off.
He's like, I will go. I was like, okay, let's go drinking.
Yeah.
So we go. We went to 2 bars. Mm-hmm. Like one.
What was it? I think it was just called The Bar up in Summerlin. Yeah.
Was it the Summerlin?
It was called The Bar, and the other one was
Sierra
Gold.
So we went to the bar. That was hella like fancy.
Yeah, it was
weird.
The setup was cool.
And there was like nobody there. There was like maybe 10 of us there.
Which is crazy on a Saturday night.
Right.
It's so fucking minimal.
Even the fucking waitress is just like, sup.
Yeah. Do you want drinks? Do you want food?
Customer service be damned.
It sucks. You can't go anywhere, dude.
We really couldn't.
No, like,
and I just wanted to drink, and I was like, I
wanted to go to. like for me, what I would enjoy to actually have some time frame where I could actually go to a bar, actually have a good drink around like there was this place called Helix. I think what it was. It was in Town Square. No. Town Square? Yeah. Where there's a fire pit. It's a dope pit where the rocks are lit on fire. Yeah. And you just sit there, socialize with your friends, have a couple drinks, and just talk. Like
that's like a park I went to yesterday.
It's like I want to be able
in Henderson.
Yeah, and I want to be able to go to a bar, have a good drink, and chill, not have to sit and game.
Social
distance in between plexiglass and sit there and game on a machine while I sit at the bar waiting for the bartender.
Yes, quick side note, that's how they are doing social distancing in my kids' school. Mm-hmm. They have the circle table and they got a plexiglass in the middle and it's split 4 ways.
Yeah. So that's the same thing when at my job, when you go to a gaming table, the plexiglass is split, so it's a person, then plexiglass, plexiglass.
The air still moves around.
It does. They make it seem as if it's going to stop, but it's no different than going to, like, I'd gone to, it was either Winco or whatever grocery store. Smith's.
Winco.
Smith's,
they all do it now.
Smith's, they physically put them in a box. The plexiglass opens up, there's a little magnet at the top. You walk in, you close the box behind you, and you're in a 4-cornered box.
Oh, no,
That's claustrophobic as fuck. All you have is the gap of air that comes through. And then they still have to wear a mask and a fucking face shield.
My girl works.
Dude, that's
where my girl works, they call her the ghost because she's covered from head to toe, and all you can see are her eyes, and it's just this white. And so it's crazy because I'm like, you still breathe.
Yeah.
Like you're
still
have
breathing.
To sit
you're still taking
within inches of this person and breathe in the air they're exhaling and vice versa. So like I get the masks, but
it's becoming. I mean, I was talking to my mom.
It's obnoxious.
I was talking to my mom a couple days ago, and I was kind of asking her, just checking up on her because she doesn't live over here.
Oh yeah.
And she was saying because she wants me, my sister's sister is getting married in Texas in November. I haven't flown since all this has happened.
Well, yeah.
You know, I was supposed to fly out to Ohio in April.
In the summer, yeah.
And then that got shut down, you know, so they have a wedding out in Texas, and she wants me to go. My mom was going to try and go out there as well, so we were going to do like a plus one, just me and her fly, but she's coming from Florida, I'm coming from Vegas.
Yeah.
So in my head, it's like, I don't know what the protocols are. I said, I was like, yeah, I want to go, and she's like, well, how about we also go to Ohio in December near Christmas time? I was like, Ma, I can't afford that shit. And she's like, oh, tickets right now are like $100.
Yeah.
And she goes, think about it like this, you know, you want to see your grandparents because, you know, they're getting old and everything, and just think about it this, it's going to be like this either permanently
for a while
or for a fucking while. So stop trying. My information to everybody, or I guess my 2 cents, my 2 scoops of sensu, more or less, is don't let this pandemic stop you from trying to live your life. Be smart, wear your mask and stuff like that, exactly, but don't stop trying to do things based off of a time frame, because people think, oh, I'll do this when this is over.
Yeah.
When the fuck do you know it's gonna be over? You're just gonna stop doing everything. Yeah.
It's hard to judge that time frame, because I'm in the same boat as Lynn, where it's like, okay, I've been sitting still for damn near 6 months now, trying not to do shit. I was supposed to go to Cali this year for the first time and see the ocean for my birthday.
Dude, fucking do it. Like it's just,
we wanted to, and literally it was like, I got so pissed off, but it was like fate. The day I agreed that we were going to go to Cali on my birthday, fucking news updated that Cali had the highest fucking reported cases of COVID in the country.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? I'm good.
It was going between Cali and Florida, but I mean, I get it. It's going to fluctuate in California because it's so many counties and so many goddamn people.
Right.
They outnumber Vegas
I'm going to the beach. 1. I'm trying to go to the beach. So everybody's at the beach.
What was it that you would try to do if you actually were able to go do something? Like if you could go do something right now.
Honestly, if I could do something right now within a 24-hour period, if I could go to Cali and Zion, I'd be fucking happy.
I mean, you can find a trail. You can
we can go hiking. You know what I mean?
It just sucks as it feels like you need to plan so far in advance.
You do.
And I'm getting to the point now. I was talking to a friend of mine at work, and I'm getting to the point now. I'm done focusing my life around having to go to work. Around COVID, around anything. If I want to go do something,
just do it.
Fucking do it,
dude.
Fucking
do it.
Stop sitting there and like, all right, I want to do this now. I want to go to Zion now, but I'm gonna go at the 26th of September.
Yeah.
Why the fuck do I have to wait 3 weeks for a couple hours?
Lynn just gave me a shameless plug, so in case you didn't catch that, he's talking about not procrastinating.
Don't procrastinate.
In case you didn't catch that, just go hit up my session. Yes. You know, it's only one behind. Just go ahead.
Okay, there you go.
Check that out. Talk about
procrastination. I would be a hypocrite otherwise to say if I didn't procrastinate. My new thing, which I'm trying to be more optimistic and pushing for it, is I don't want to procrastinate on things that I want to do. Yeah. Obviously, you have to go to work. You have to pay your bills. Right. You have to do your due diligence and be responsible. Don't let life dictate what you're doing.
Exactly.
Don't procrastinate on enjoying things based off of, well, fuck, I have to manage all this and I have to do things based off of this. If it's something that's relatively cost effective, and it's not going to cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars a day, like a hike, go swimming, go to the beach,
just
go on a drive.
Yeah.
I did it 2-3 weeks ago. I went and drove out towards Utah just to get in my car because I knew my car was good when it came to gas. I went on a little trip so I could actually get out of fucking town. And
little 2020
the hybrid, it was a Camry.
Yeah.
That thing, it's like I can gas it up like once a month.
Fuck off.
And it's like, dude, I'm just gonna fucking drive. I just wanted to drive. It was by myself. I drove out there, did my own thing, and then I fucking came back.
Can we still get lottery tickets?
I don't know if that's an actual thing.
I don't know if that's a thing.
I don't know.
Because I know you can do it in Peru.
Maybe. I mean, I would have to see. I feel like each state holds laws differently.
Well, because they considered the California lottery. Yeah. I was doing some research. No, it's Prim. That's where it is. We have to drive out to Prim.
It's Prim?
To purchase tickets. I think it's the California lottery. Because technically Vegas doesn't have, or Nevada doesn't have a lottery.
Yeah. You have to drive on...
It's a technicality.
It's city
like
limits.
State line.
Yeah, state line. You have to drive to state line in order to get it.
And it's just like...
I don't know if they're doing
anything. That's what he's talking about. Little stuff.
Something to get you out of just going home, going to work, going home, going to work, vice versa.
Yes.
Yeah. No. This fucking mic thing. I'm over it. It's not even gonna stay. We'll start wrapping it up so I can stop trying to hold
audio issues.
I'm having so many issues with this fucking mic because we don't have a proper table to put this thing on, so I'm holding it at a weird angle. So I apologize for this background tinging noise and everything. There's nothing I can do about it.
But really quick, I just wanted to touch on taking a break from technology. I talked about this in my session. Yes, I'm going to keep plugging that. Go check it out. Listen to it now. Come back. I talked about it where you gotta take a moment and reevaluate things. Like Lynn said, I'm starting to do more things for me. Yeah, I want a new job, and I want a lot of big changes, but big changes take time.
It does.
So you need to get little victories in between the big victories.
Yeah, little
kind of help keep you going.
Yeah, no, I agree. I try to preach this to people people that I know, people are so quick to want the big things right then and there.
Right.
And I put it as the equivalent of, let's say you're an island by yourself.
Right.
You can close your eyes and kind of like picture this for any of the listeners.
Island.
So, there's birds. There's birds in the background. There's some ghetto ass fucking, some ratchet ass birds. So you're on an island. You have your island. It's covered in fog. You can't see anything else around you.
Yeah.
You know for sure there's an island a couple miles out.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have a boat.
Right.
You don't have an oar. You don't have anything else. But you know, in order to get to a way nicer island with the thing that you want, you have to fucking swim there.
Yes.
How good a swimmer are you? To refer to one of our story times.
I'm like a fucking rock.
Okay, so not all of us are good swimmers. Swimming, I graph as the equivalent of people that have the worth ethic to grind until they get what they want to get.
Yes, that's fair.
Nobody wants to grind for a year to get one piece of something that's good.
Yeah, tiny little bit.
So my concept is, if you can't swim straight for hours on end in a fog, knowing that there is a light at the end of the tunnel with something to look at, start making little victories. Make little platforms. Swim from this little perch right here. Swim from that perch to a floating log. Swim from that log to another little island. And it's like, okay, as you start to get farther in, you're like, oh, here's another island. I didn't know that island was there because I couldn't see because there's a fog.
Right.
So you start to pick up little victories and little things that you enjoy till finally you've picked up so much extra things that you actually liked. You finally get to your thing. You're like, oh, fuck, it's not as far as I thought. For me, I got my car, the whole move and stuff like that. It's things that I knew with the whole, when I was talking to D about this, about trying to take a break from social media and recording, is I knew a lot of shit was happening, and I had a lot of shit, like a lot of baggage and a lot of drama and stuff like that that I really had to deal with. And in my head, I was just like, dude, this is fucking taking forever. September needs to come already. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of August and June and July just being shitty and being upset and having a hard fucking time. And in my head, it's like, I need little victories.
Yes.
You need little victories, because you're not just going to be miserable for months on end to wait for one day and like, okay, and that one day everything's been, because nobody will make it. Right. So having little victories, having that little gap of relief, taking a breath to get your final outcome, you're gonna have to find a way to live.
And that's why I had to take a break. It's one of those things where I'm not big on social media. I go on my Facebook like once a year, but of course I have a girlfriend who is big on social media. So her going, oh, that's cute, this is that, and we all know social media is, for me, it's just a big ass lie. It's people pretending to have to be living their best lives.
People catfish. You know what I mean? It is what it is.
Clout and shit.
Yeah, people.
And so I had to take a break and reevaluate. And I've realized that I've made so many sacrifices on things that I like because I wanted to fit in. I wanted to get a job. I didn't want to be looked at sideways or not considered for promotions. That blue collared, white collar shit you get taught as you're young, that now I'm busting out. Like I got locks. I'm about to get some more piercings. I'm trying to go a little nuts because I've been holding it in for so long. Like I've never just got to be myself. Lynn has seen me when I had fucking blonde hair, blue eyes. You had
red hair at one point.
Red hair.
Snake bites, everything.
You know what I mean? Blue contacts. Yeah. And I was just being myself and having a good time. And it's like, oh, well, you got to get a good job. You got, you don't want them to, look at you or fire you or pass you up for a promotion because you look like a circus freak.
Society has you built to where they want you to be wearing plain suit and tie.
Yeah, and I hate it. I can't collar, fucking stand it. No. So now I'm kind of like busting out of myself where I feel comfortable in these little victories. So it's like, yeah, I talked to my girl. I was like, yeah, I want a new fucking piercing. Like, yeah, I don't give a fuck. Like, yes, work be damned, but right now I work from home and I haven't gone to the office in 6 months. So fuck them.
And yeah, stop. To try and wrap it up.
Go.
One of the things that I've talked to with a lot of the people that I work with, you don't owe your job anything unless it's a career.
Yes.
If it's a job, show up, do your job.
Yeah.
Get your promotions, grind if you need to grind or to get something, but stop stopping your life because work becomes such a priority.
Right.
The only time that it actually needs to become a priority is when it's an actual career. Like, I want to turn the podcast and stuff and that to an actual career. Because then I know I'm grinding for something that is actually mine, that I'm working for to enjoy. And I could bust 40 plus hours a week at my job. They're not going to give me any
shit.
No, they don't care.
Right.
They're like, oh, okay, thanks.
Right.
Like, okay, if you decide not to show up, okay, we have someone else to replace you. You're easily replaced. So find time to enjoy something for yourself. Spend time with your family, spend time with your friends, go buy a new piercing, go buy a new game, get whatever you can get to give yourself that self-enjoyment. Stop pushing all of your energy into something. If you're watering a dying tree, beating a dead horse. Yeah.
By the way, really quick, are you going to get Street Fighter?
Street Fighter?
It's free on PSN.
What?
The new Street Fighter game.
Which one?
Yeah. The latest one, I think.
For how long? Or was it just the month of September? Or don't tell me it just rolled over.
No. My brother, who got a wild hair up his ass, wanted to get in this fucking Street Fighter tournament.
Yeah.
So he went on to PlayStation to see how much it would cost.
So are you getting it?
I already have it. I just downloaded it.
So, and you can play online?
It's free, yeah.
Okay, then I will go home and take care of it right now. Yeah, once I'm
done
here.
He wants to join this tournament. I'm like, okay, I don't have time for a tournament, but I'll gladly.
I'll jump in, exactly. Just send me the link to it so at least I know what it is, and then I can actually try to find it out.
No, just go on PSN. Yeah. So, you go on your PSN account.
And you just,
and it's just sitting right there.
It's their free monthly?
Yes, it's free. Okay. Hang on. I gotta walk. Hang on.
Where you go? Okay, I guess he's walking up. He's going to show me something.
I'm showing you.
Yes, well. Okay, so we're going to start wrapping this up.
Watch me.
Yes, I don't want to watch.
Watch me.
Okay. To wrap things up, we appreciate you guys for listening as always and actually, coming in with us and holding on. I know that we're not branched out entirely yet, but now that I have more time to start editing, I know I've been talking to Storm about trying to make videos.
Yes.
The videos are so filed up in my library that I actually need to start pushing it out.
One day we'll get there.
No, it's happening now. Like now that I have the time, now that I have a system that I can do it on and actually put it up, we're gonna start pushing it out. And I think the next step is to actually push out the merch that we have.
We're working on slow grind.
Yeah. So what happened to you sent me a picture of it. What is it? It's the God damn it! It was $30 for the domain. Isn't that what it is?
Oh, you're talking about for the website?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Because we're gonna be putting.
Yes, we're getting our website for our merch and stuff.
So that's gonna jump off really quickly.
We need you guys to check out our Patreon.
Yeah, Patreon is a good thing.
Sign up for a membership.
We're trying to get things up and going. It's the same thing with our sponsors that we normally have, which you'll hear in either the beginning of this or at the end of this.
Yeah.
For Audible, I know Audible is going to be one of the sponsors that we're trying to run. We're trying to pick up more sponsors so we can get money to fund this to get going. We just we need a little help.
Because Lynn wants to give you guys merch. The kid is chomping at the bit. He's going to punch somebody. Maybe a baby.
Yes.
If he can't get you guys merch.
I don't want to beat children.
He'll punch Philip DeFranco in the throat if he can't get you guys merch.
Are you saying that because you've got Ryu on the screen ready
because
to fuck
somebody up? I really
up?
want to throw a Hadouken in somebody's face. And I mean... Yeah. He always threatens to punch other people in the throat, so maybe we can get
that's just my aggression from working graveyards. It's not gonna be like that anymore. Anyways, thank you all for listening to another episode of Project Airwaves, and remember, as always,
keep your motherfucking head in the clouds
and keep your feet on the ground and moving forward.
Keep them clean. Wash your feet. And if your head gets in the cloud, just go ahead and take a shower.
It'll be a little damp, but
put on your mask.
And then once you come back down,
put on gloves.
Gloves.
Make sure they're latex. If you're allergic to latex,
oh gosh,
you're gonna get the COVID.
Good night, everybody.
All right. Don't drink penicillin.
Oh my God.
Don't drink dish soap or rubbing alcohol. Trump.
Ew.
You did good.